If you're in the market for a new PC, if you're planning on building a new PC, here are a few tips that just might help you get the best performance for your budget that you have available.
Nice.
Number one, before planning your system or looking up parts, please ask yourself one question. What is this PC primarily going to be used for, and build a PC according to your use case. I've seen so many people just search best PC for $1,000. What PC should I build for $1,500? And then they get a list of the best gaming PC and they won't be gaming. So just because somebody that you know built a gaming PC for $1,500, but you'll be using it more for content creation or video editing, you might not want the same parts or the same spend that they did on their PC. So make sure that whatever you buy is really tailored around your use case. Number two, now when it comes to the power supply, it's usually the component for some reason that gets the least amount of love, and I get it, you know, it's hidden under the chassis of the PC case, it's the least sexy component, but do not neglect your power supply. Do not skimp out on your power supply just because it's not something that you see in your case, or it doesn't have direct, you know, performance issue on what you're getting on the screen. At the end of the day, you have to understand the power supply is probably one of the most important components in your PC, because it has the power to make sure your PC runs perfectly fine to its optimal performance, but it also has the capability to kill every single component in your system and potentially cause a fire hazard. So make sure that you get yourself a, you know, a good brand power supply. So Seasonic, EVGA, Corsair, Be Quiet, Asus, they all have good, there's all good brands of power supply, and make sure that it has a good efficiency rating. So this Seasonic one here, for example, has an efficiency rating of 80 plus platinum. You don't need to get an 80 plus platinum, get an 80 plus gold, get an 80 plus bronze, but get one that has an official efficiency rating, because most of the time that is the weakest component of a pre-built PC, is the amount that's invested on the power supply. Here's a bonus tip for you. If you're enjoying this content so far, why don't you hit that like button? If you're really enjoying it, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and it puts a big smile on my face. Number three, when you're looking at what's gonna cool your processor, and especially if you're on a tighter budget, always go for a good quality air cooler, because most of the time, dollar for dollar, a good quality air cooler is going to cool your CPU on par, if not better, than its equivalent AIO for the price. So a $100 air cooler like the Noctua NH-D15 is going to cool your PC a lot better, or your processor, than a $100 AIO. So unless you're going to spend $300-400 on an AIO to get really better cooling than what an air cooler could give you, I would take that money and put it somewhere else in your system to get better performance, and you're not going to have to worry about any risk of the pump failing, or leakage in the tubes, or water evaporating over time. Your system is going to run cool most of the time. When the only real fail point is a fan, which you could always replace very easily and pretty cheap too, compared to the price of an AIO. So especially if you're on a budget, don't look at an expensive AIO as one of the major components, especially if you could take some of that money and put it towards a better processor, a better graphics card, more RAM, better storage, anything that's going to give you an actual benefit to your system. Number four, yes, that's a 4, Roman numerals. Performance over aesthetics. So don't buy a component just because it comes with flashing lights and colors and RGB customization. Buy a component based on the best performance you're gonna get for your money. If you get some RGB lighting in it, then great, fantastic, but don't downgrade the quality of your component just so you could get a fancier color or match your color scheme. And I've seen this a lot when it comes to graphics cards and RAM specifically. So sometimes my friends have sent me builds where they would go for a lower end graphics card, forget the RGB fans, get the better performing component. And this is especially true when it comes to RAM. A lot of people are looking at RAM like the Trident G-Skill RGB RAM, but they could get more gigs and faster speed if they go for like a Corsair LPX Vengeance that has no RGB on it. But you're getting a better performing system at the end of the day. So performance over aesthetic, get the best performing system you can with the money, and if there's money left in the budget afterwards, then you could focus on the aesthetics and the look of the PC. So last but not least is going to be, really this is around the marketing aspect of products and the companies, how they use it. But just because a brand or a product has the word gaming in it does not make it better than its non-gaming counterpart. Also, just because something is considered budget doesn't make it bad. PC cases are a perfect example of that. Budget cases don't ruin the performance of your PC, and gaming cases or gaming branded products don't make it better in any sense. And if you look at a lot of items now that are on the lower end, they're just putting the word gaming in there because they think that people are going to go for them, because they think, oh, it's gaming, it's going to be better than a regular mouse. Don't be fooled by the marketing of it. Just because it has the word gaming in it doesn't mean it's a gaming specific component that's going to make your system run better for games. And just because it's something that might not be super expensive and you would consider it a budget option doesn't mean it's going to have poor performance. Anyways guys, that'll do it. Have yourselves a great one, and I will catch you guys next time.